This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we send our Lisa Sugard back to school to learn about a new program that motivates kids in our area to read more. Thanks for stopping at SSPTV and watching FYI. I'm Ken Cara. First, we have headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton police are investigating a home invasion. It happened around 12:30 this morning in the 500 block of Alter Street. Police report that 3 dark-skinned males, all carrying firearms, wearing black masks and all dark clothing, knocked on the front door of the residence. The victim, a 25-year-old woman, mistakenly let the men inside, where one held her to the ground. After a short time, the 3 fled and did not take anything. The woman was not injured. Anyone with information is asked to contact Hazleton Police. And Hazleton police were called to 700 East Broad Street, Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton last night for a report of a staff member assaulted by a patient. It happened just after 8 p.m. on Monday. Police determined that 32-year-old Roseanne Card of Hazleton had allegedly assaulted a staff member at the hospital. Card will be charged with harassment, misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, and simple assault. Police did not say if the worker sustained any injuries as a result of that incident. Will Hazleton City Council override Mayor Joe Iannuzzi's veto of the 2015 budget? We'll have to wait until Friday to find out. Council was expected to decide whether or not to override the mayor's veto of the spending plan during a meeting last night. However, a council member, Jeff Cassat, cited a provision in the third-class city code that requires council to wait 3 days before deciding. That means that council will meet again this Friday. No word yet on the exact time. Meanwhile, some council members expressed concern over the risk of a city shutdown if the budget matter is not settled. Congressman Lou Barletta has reintroduced legislation that would protect firefighters and emergency responders from the unintended consequences of the healthcare law. The measure, known as the Protecting Volunteer Firefighters and Emergency Responders Act, would ensure that such volunteers are not counted as full-time employees by the IRS under the employer mandate of Obamacare. Barletta says, quote, "Firehouses and municipalities across the country need assurance that they won't have to pay costly fines or shut down. This bill provides them with that certainty." Unquote. The bill, which when first introduced, passed the U.S. House of Representatives by a unanimous vote of 410 to 0, but then died in the Senate after Barletta says that Majority Leader Harry Reid inserted controversial unemployment benefit language. After pressure from lawmakers and firefighters, the IRS indicated that it would not count the volunteer hours when determining an employer's full-time workers in compliance with Obamacare. Barletta wants the legislation passed to guarantee against future changes from the IRS. You are invited to help some second grade students march into reading. That's the name of an exciting program launched today at the Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School in Hazleton. Our Lisa Sugard was there.
Today we are here for the kickoff of March into Reading, Cool Cases for Kids, a wonderful project that inspires children to read. And we are here at Mrs. Debbie Farkas's second grade class at the Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School. To my right is Robert Katansky, who is the co-intern CEO for the Hazleton YMYWCA. Lori Tevlin-Klimo, who is the coordinator of March into Reading program, and also Mrs. Farkas, whose second grade has allowed us to come in here today. Lori, I'm going to start with you. It is 4 years that you're doing this wonderful program to encourage children to read. Tell us how it got started and what it's all about.
This got started from an article about a man named Jim Davidson from Conway, Arkansas, who wanted to encourage children to read. And he found a master carpenter and people to donate books, and so they started giving books and bookcases to children. And I thought, what a great idea for Hazleton. And I went to Sue Farley at the Y, and we both love to read, and that's how this began. And it started a little differently, but now we adopt a classroom and the Career Center with Kevin Crawford at the shops, runs the shop class. They make the bookcases. They're all handmade, and the Y is my partner.
So the bins will be dropped off at different locations so people can donate books?
Yes. The bins are located, at the YMYWCA, and they have given us the most books always. And then also at the Community One Center, at the Hazleton Public Library, and at the Jewish Community Center. And we encourage people to donate new books or used books in good condition appropriate for second graders, and the community has been wonderful in donating the books for this project.
Very good. Now, Robert, they're going to come to the Y and decorate their bookcases. Is that correct? Tell us about that and the role that the Y plays in this wonderful project.
Well, obviously we help with the collection of the used books or new books from various people, but we also have our Teen Leaders Club, which is boys and girls ages 11 to 17 who help volunteer their time to take basically primer and paint the bookshelves to be a white, nice color. And then on March 11th, our Leaders Club will assist the second grade class of Mrs. Farkas with decorating them using markers and stickers and so forth so that they can use their own creativity and realize the importance of reading as well as collecting books for their shelves.
Well, I think it's a wonderful idea. I know I've seen it in the past. It's very successful. Mrs. Farkas, how thrilled are you that your class was adopted?
Well, I'm really excited about it. I'm good friends with one of the other teachers that had their class adopted last year. And I was a little jealous, I have to be truthful, when I saw the beautiful bookcases and the books they got. I thought it was a wonderful program, and I'm glad that it's our turn this year. And I think I know my children are really going to benefit from the books. They're good readers now. They're going to be better readers. And that's what we need. We need them to be readers for school and for the future. So, great idea. Thank you so much for adopting us.
Very good. And now you have to remember to drop off the books in the bin so this can be a complete success. And why you should donate those books? Well, we're going to let the children end it and tell you why.
We love reading!
Thank you, Lisa. Here's what our media partner, the Standard Speaker, is working on for tomorrow's edition. See Thursday's EDITION for the winner of the Hazleton Area School District Spelling Bee. Lisa Sugar wrote that script. I could take no credit for that. Good job, Lisa. Later on FYI, Standard Speaker sports editor Dave Seaman looks to keep his hot streak going when it comes to making predictions about college football. Plus, he'll preview the big Hazleton Area Crestwood boys basketball game. When we come right back, a representative from the Greater Hazleton Lupus Support Group previews 2 events open to the public next week.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, Happy New Year. We're back here on Wednesdays with Tamara, giving you some tips to keep you uplifted throughout the beginning of the year, right?
Exactly. Happy New Year, everybody. And everybody, we've had this flu. Janine and I have been sick, so it's beating the blues and beating it all. But there is actually a real disorder called seasonal affective disorder.
Seasonal affective disorder, which
SAD.
means?
And it's a real thing. It's a cabin fever blues.
Right.
And it's weight gain, depression. It could be really serious. So what I want to do this year, last year we did a lot of fun with our What's the Sense and all the goofy stuff you made fun of me for doing. But,
And I'll do that this year as well.
This year I actually have an interior decorating and home staging business. And I thought I would target 6 areas over the next 6 weeks that you can kind of maybe pull yourself out of this and just try to stay upbeat. And I know everybody put their Christmas decorations away, and everybody's saying, my house looks so bare.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah,
You did a wonderful
everybody's-
job decorating, and you
thank
saw all the pictures, and then my kids even came home because I undecorated while they weren't around, and they came home, they said, Mom, the house looks so empty.
And I see everybody on Facebook, oh, everything's away.
Yeah.
And it's true, because when you're decorating for Christmas, you're adding color, you're adding lights, you're doing all the stimulating thing. You're baking, there's scent. These are all major things that have a lot to do with your mood. So over the next 6 weeks, we're gonna hit color, we're gonna hit lighting, we're gonna hit a couple different scent, all different things. So
And even the outside of your house. So today's focus is on what?
Today is all about decluttering. It's all about that space. That's what I called it. And it's all about decluttering, organizing, and rearranging your room.
All right, so let's see some pictures and watch along at home, and we could show you the before and after photos that Tamara has for us lined up right now. So this first photo is of?
And you'll see the before. You could see it's a little cluttered, a little busy, just organizing it, keeping it cleaned
So
up.
getting rid of the clutter.
Right. This picture is a before and after, and it's just basically just rearranging the room. It makes the room look a lot bigger. This room too. This room they just went horizontal instead of vertical, opened up the room, made it bigger. Here you could see in this kitchen there's clutter, there's a lot of cabinet space, and the lighting they changed around, so that made a difference. This too, lighting, just moving your areas around is important. That's organizing, that's just pegboard. They have some pegs on there organizing their sewing room. There's a closet. Those bins you can get at the Dollar Tree for $1. Wow. There's a lot of things at the Dollar Tree. Now these are ladders. This was cool. They use them for magazines, for a rack here. Kitchen, they hung an old ladder. Books. It's all about organizing. Plants. And there's shoe rack and purses. Neat. Yeah, so
put your scarves on there too.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting.
That's really neat. It's really to get creative, and there are so many stores, especially in our area, that have bargains. You know, I mean, we have the dollar store, we have the Dollar Tree, we have even our little local businesses. They have really inexpensive things that you can go into throughout the area. So next week, what are we focusing on?
We're going to do color.
Okay, so we're going to do color. We're going to show you tomorrow's number if you want to get a free consultation. I believe you're taking the first 10 people.
Yep, you can call me, and don't worry about your space. Don't worry. I don't care what it is. A lot of people respect your space and love your home. It's your home. It doesn't matter. Call me, send me pictures. I'll definitely stop by your house and give you some suggestions.
All right. Next week, we're going to learn what the color of 2015 is right here every Wednesday on FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Baby, it's cold outside and windy, obviously, as we take a look at our weather shot today that was taken in Hazelton. Here's your forecast from the National Weather Service for tonight. Scattered snow showers before 7 p.m., then a chance for flurries before ending, and then it will be partly cloudy with a low around -1. With the wind chill, it will feel like -19. Very windy, gusts as high as 31 miles per hour. Here's the extended forecast. On Thursday, mostly sunny. We'll get up to a big high of 12 degrees. It'll feel like -17. Thursday night, the low will dip down to 9 degrees, feel like -6, and there's a chance for snow showers. New accumulation of less than a ½ inch is possible. Friday, a chance of snow showers before 2 p.m., high of 20 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low of 6. On Saturday, the sun comes back, high near 16. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 12. Sunday, we almost get up to 30 degrees, and then Sunday night, a bit warmer with a low of 23. Well, our weather is brought to you by the Pines Eatery and Spirits in downtown Hazelton. And if you're looking to warm up, you can try their tomato bisque soup today. It's their soup of the day at the Pines Eatery and Spirits in downtown Hazelton. And this Friday, Double Shot Duo is performing from 6 to 10 p.m. plus happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. Well, if you or someone you know is living with an autoimmune disease and would like more information on how to deal with it, a special meeting is taking place next week. I had the chance to talk with a local woman in charge of a local support group to get the details. It's always a good day here at FYI when Cindy Donlin stops by, a Pocono Northeast representative for the Lupus Foundation. And you guys always have something going on, 2 big events going on next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Let's start with Tuesday. I believe that's happening here in the Hazelton area.
Yes, it is. Happy New Year, by the way. Next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at night, Dr. David Puglisi, who is a rheumatologist from Geisinger, is going to come down and talk on men with autoimmune diseases. We welcome anybody in the community who wants to come. It's free of charge. You could come at 7 o'clock at night at the Bowlery, Route 93, Susquehanna Boulevard. It's part of our monthly support group meetings. On Tuesday is going to be the topic on men with autoimmune diseases, and we have a rheumatologist coming down. So if you have any questions, and feel free to come down and bring them, because that's what we're all about, is education. Now, Thursday of that week, I'm going to be up in the Wilkes-Barre area at the Osterhout Library talking about autoimmune diseases. Fibromyalgia, Crohn's, lupus, Sjogren's, any of those diseases are going to be part of the topic. And that's going to be at 6 o'clock in the reading room at the Osterhout Library in Wilkes-Barre. So we're going to be covering both areas of the county. Hazelton, 7 o'clock at night at the Bowl Arena, Dr. Puglisi, me, Thursday, Osterhout Library, 6 o'clock at night. We're going to be having me come up there to talk in the reading room.
What do you, when you're speaking, and well, I know you kind of said the topic, but maybe give us a little preview of why, maybe lure the people in of what you'll be speaking about and what you want to really hit on.
We want to present people an introduction to autoimmune disease, explain exactly what goes on with the body and how to get a proper diagnosis. We're going to go through the range of the more popular conditions such as fibromyalgia, lupus, Sjogren's, Raynaud's, those conditions that get misdiagnosed or not underrepresented enough. So we'd like to have people that also have questions if they've been newly diagnosed to come and ask questions and feel comfortable talking to people that they could connect with that have these conditions as well. We want to bring the public awareness. That's basically what we're all about, and it's free of charge, and we'll have tons of material for people can bring home themselves too.
Very last thing, what's a question you normally get at one of these things, and what's a common answer for it?
One of the things that people really get scared about, am I going to die? No, if you follow what you're supposed to do and your doctors are competent and you keep yourself alert to things, typically you could live a long life with an autoimmune disease. It's up to you and the motivation of you to get the help as soon as you can.
Well, Cindy, thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you, and we hope to see you a lot here in 2015 on FYI. Before we take another break, here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on the green screen. The daily number 894, the big four 4106, Quinto 99758, Treasure Hunt 1, 11, 15, 16, and 27. It's Dave Day next on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's a big week and it's a big Dave Day here on the Sportscast. Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, is here. Dave, big night for you last night. Well, busy night for you last night covering the Hazleton area Cougars and their win over Wyoming Valley West, setting up the big matchup with rival Crestwood, that game being played in Mountaintop. And in your article, Coach Joseph said it, you mentioned it in your article, it was up and down for the Cougars in the Wyoming Valley West game. But when this Cougar team is on, they're really good. They're on. They seem to me like they could go up against almost anyone.
Yeah, it seems that way. They're still a young team, still trying to find their way. Coach Joseph has a lot of players involved in the lineup. So until they get the rotations down, till they get in the flow of a game, it's been ragged at times. But like you said, when it's good, it's very good. They have a lot of talent on the team this year. A lot of players still haven't gotten into that full varsity flow yet, and that might be part in blame to a lot of starts and stops with the schedule with the holidays, the inclement weather. They got the Dallas game postponed, but I think once they get the pieces together, this team's going to be a lot better in February than it is right now.
And let's talk about Crestwood a little bit. In your article on the Wyoming Valley West game, Coach Mike Joseph talked about the man-to-man defense at Crestwood. I don't know how much you've seen Crestwood, or maybe what we can expect from them, or maybe what Coach Joseph talked to you about with the comments.
Crestwood is known for their hard man-to-man defense. Coach Bob Knight of Indiana would be proud of Crestwood. They're known for their man defense. Every year, Coach Mark Atherton does a super job instilling that into the team, and they love playing defense, and they make it hard to score on. You have to execute your offense very well, or you're going to struggle scoring against them because they're that good defensively. It's ingrained into common players, and they played very well, and this year is no exception.
Make sure you check out after the game. We'll have coverage of it on FYI, so will the Standard Speaker. Dave will be reporting on the game. Some gems in his article, too, from Coach Joseph from the Wyoming Valley West game, so check that out as well. Let's talk about the Hazleton area girls. They beat Wyoming Valley West this week, and they continue to roll in the Wyoming Valley Conference as they get ready for Crestwood.
Yeah, they have Crestwood coming in tonight. Big game for the Comets and for the Lady Cougars. Comets lost to Pittston in their league opener on Monday night. Now the Hazleton area girls that same night, they beat Valley West 72-48. So Lady Cougars are rolling. They showed no rust from after winning the tournament in Punxsutawney, and they're getting contributions from a lot of players as well. A lot of veteran players. I think Coach Gabio's been impressed with the way the players have stepped up. Of course, everybody expected Mackenzie Urey to step up and have a real big junior year this year, and she hasn't disappointed so far. Lexi Walk, Brianna Woznicki have played for a while. Newcomer Michaela Brody came back to the team this year, and she's been a pleasant surprise, a nice fit for the Lady Cougars, as well as sophomore Kendra File has played very well. So Lady Cougars have all the parts working, but Crestwood's a defending division champion, and Coach Pat Brogan, I know, is going to have his team ready to play at Huey McGee Gymnasium.
Dave, let's switch gears and go to college football. And like you said, you've been on fire this year with talking about college football. There's one more game to go, Dave. Dave said look out for Ohio State in that matchup with Alabama, and the Buckeyes pull off the big win. Now they're up against Oregon, who had that very impressive victory over Florida State. And Dave, I think Ohio State's defense, I've been so impressed by them. Obviously their offense too, they got the job done against Alabama, but I think maybe overshadowed is how good their defense has been. And I think that's going to be a key in this game. They might be able to score against Oregon, and can the defense hold down that fast-paced offense?
And we can't forget that Ohio State, they're playing with a lot of new defensive coaches over at the start of the season. So they might have struggled a little bit till they got all the pieces together. And there's a Penn State connection there. Larry Johnson might have something to do with that as well. But Ohio State has a ton of talent. Everybody talks about Marcus Mariota being the best player in the field in Monday's championship game. Ohio State has a better collection of players, probably. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State wins that game.
I'm going with Oregon. I'm going to pick against the Buckeyes one more time. They could prove me wrong one more time. You want to make a pick, or are you just going to go with what you said?
I'm going to say Ohio State. I'm going to say 31-24 Ohio State.
See, that will happen on Monday. This weekend, big one for the wrestlers as well. Wyoming Valley Conference meet. The Cougars will be there. We'll talk about that next week. Dave, thanks so much for stopping by. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. One announcement for this evening. The Tamaqua Community Arts Center will be holding a special musical performance by Just Us and also the Local Boys. Concert will be held Saturday, January 31st from 6 to 10 p.m. with dinner at 6, music starting at 7. Show is all ages and for those who want to enjoy an evening of great music. Tickets are $12 in advance, $15 at the door. For info, call 570-668-1192. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Norman R. McCoy of Beach Mountain Lakes. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. at the Butler Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Rodney R. Wirtz of Tamaqua. Services Saturday at 1 p.m. from the E. Franklin Griffiths Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. William John Sterling Sr. of West Hazelton. No formal services planned. Friends may call Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Josephine Martowis Givnan of Mountaintop. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Blessed Teresa of Calcutta Parish. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Betty Vadjak of Hazelton. Memorial is Saturday at 11 a.m. in the Firo Funeral Home. Friends may call from 10 to 11 a.m. Marie J. Alasko, formerly of Hazelton. Memorial is Saturday at 10 a.m. in the Our Lady of Lourdes Roman Catholic Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the John J. Pustai Funeral Home. And Donald Walton of Hazelton. Arrangements are under the direction of the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Edward Bogash of Drums. Edward, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Well, I hope you had fun. I did. Have more fun right now at SSPTV.com. I'll see you on Thursday. Take it easy, everyone.